Dal has been working with iOS since the release of the iPhone 3GS and iOS 4. After several years working for startups and small companies, he founded Blub Blub in 2015 to build apps helping children with their speaking and language skills. He's now the CTO. Now he's responsible for mentoring engineers as well as guiding the architecture of the apps. So Dal, how did you choose language development?
Well, of course, I'm coming from iOS, but I've done a lot before in PHP, C Sharp, and Java. But Objective-C was at the time like the #1 language to do mobile development on iOS. And coming from there, we just went from there to Swift, I guess.
Mhm.
No big story, to be
I
honest,
think
on
it's
the
like,
mobile side.
how did you help kids with their language development?
So we use mainly one method, which is
Mhm.
called video modeling. This is something therapists use in their practice, and is something that even parents use at home when they're not really aware of it. But the general idea is that the child will watch another child
Mm.
or another person, and they will observe their mouth muscles, their face expressions, and everything happens automatically. It's the way mirror neurons work. So our app kind of mimics that using specifically tailored videos.
Mm.
And our solution mainly targets this to be done over a digital device. So one of our first proof of concepts was mainly just testing if this is something that also happens as well as in real life, as well as on the
Mhm.
digital device.
Mhm. So what are you going to be talking about at UIKonf?
So I will take you through like basically our story, how things started. I want to get the message out that you do not always need like a viral idea to get something going, to get something good going, because our story pretty started simple. The idea was, I would say, good, but it was not something nobody ever tried before. It was not something that would revolutionize completely, but we've improved it a lot. And I want to start there and then kind of take people through like how this grows. How do you approach certain steps along the way if you really like want to do something on your own, get away from contract, because I was freelancing for quite a while as well.
Mhm.
So how do you make that step? What are a little bit of risks on the way? Of course, there's the financial one, but there's still others towards your career that you don't know where exactly it's going to go,
Sure.
and how to handle some kind of transitions if you grow, and when the company grows, where does it take you? And you can run into a couple of obstacles, of course, and just a couple of things I've learned on the way,
Mhm.
um, how to easily come through those, and just keep on growing both personally, and then go through the transition of starting to grow other people as well, and how it grows from like being your own baby project, I would say, where you're the only engineer. Basically, everything regarding engineering is in your control. And then this steps up, other people join you. You have to kind of give them responsibilities, how to handle that. And I will also throw in a couple of tips that like we learned that worked for us in terms of like business models, subscriptions. Maybe someone will have some use of that, maybe not. I don't know. Um, just that, those sort of things.
Mhm. Mhm. So, what are you hoping the audience is going to take away from this? Are you thinking they'll start their own businesses and grow them slowly and steadily and become
Um,
world-spanning magnets and industry
yeah,
type?
that's a good question. I believe there are quite some people like me out there that have the knowledge, that have probably even more knowledge than me for engineering, and are just like on the verge. They might even have a really good idea, but
Mhm.
it's a little bit hard for them to like make the first step. And I would like them to at least give it a try. It does not mean they have to either quit their job or completely throw everything there. Just start up slow. It's possible. It's true that it's getting harder generally on the app market, but it's still possible. There are a lot of quality apps still out there coming from indie developers and so on. So I would like them to either try, or even if they are on their own path already, maybe they can use any of the tips that I've had, because it also, of course, depends of how far along are they in this general direction.
That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Well, I'm really looking forward to watching your talk, because anything you can learn about people's journey is inspiring, really, and the more I've learned, the more I've grown. It's no secret that I've not always been the tremendously wonderful person I am today.
We all grow at some point, so that's.
And if you and don't go asking my daughter whether I'm a tremendously wonderful person, because she'll deny that vehemently.
How old is your daughter?
She's 14.
14. Okay.
So I'm just lucky that she admits to knowing me, really. Right?
She's in the right age for that.
Exactly. I mean, she's willing to be seen with me, and I should be very grateful. So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing your talk, and I'm sure you're going to do a great job.
Well, thank you. I hope everyone will take something from it at least.
I'm sure they will. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you. Bye.